But anyways, guys, this is it for the Broken Steel, and let me just go up with my final thoughts on them while I'm going back to the Megaton to have the rest we actually have deserved. Well, unless they actually... What are they still doing here if I just wiped them out? Ah, well, I'm not getting any experience any longer from them, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Ah, this is... Oh, come on! I wanted to get the hell out of here because I simply wanted to share with my final thoughts. Not these fights I'm not even getting experience from. In anyways, guys, what are my final thoughts about the Fallout 3 The Broken Steel? I would say that unfortunately from all of these 3 DLCs they all so far ended up being, you know, the way, like, I want to finish this as quickly as possible and just forget about it, you know what I mean? Bethesda is quite ambitious with its ideas, but their biggest weakness is that they have a really poor representation of everything. Like, they really had this nice idea in the Operation Encouraged, when you are the one who is going into the virtual reality and you do all this stuff, even some gameplay mechanics changes and everything. But it was really poorly represented, and I ended up thinking like, gosh, when will this simply end? You know what I mean? Same applies to the pit. Like, it was a really nice idea, like, you know, to work for the slavers, to be one of the slaves and see how hard the slaves' labor is. Like, it has a huge potential, and unfortunately Bethesda blew it up once again. And now the Broken Steel, like, this is basically a direct sequel of the Fallout 3, like a continuation of the conflict with the Enclave and everything. It could have been a nice story, maybe even better than the original Fallout 3. The very pity is that, I don't know, they are kind of creating a huge location for us to explore, but... Oh, come on! Alright guys, I am back, and this stupid game crashed like in the middle of me talking of my final impressions. That's a bit disturbing, but I'm not really in a rage right now. Well, simply because I'm quite in a good mood and everything. But back to what I was saying, Bethesda is good to create the big world to explore, but you know, in Broken Steel specifically, to me it was, you know, a bit, say, too big, and like, you know, this huge air bases and everything, they simply weren't that interesting to explore, if you know what I mean, especially this Air Force base. So yeah, unfortunately, Broken Steel didn't change my attitude in terms of the DLC being at least as close to the original as possible. So okay, we're on the right way. Thankfully, I didn't blow it up. Yeah, well, honestly, I don't think that I would have, you know, too much memories. Like I will have too much memories about this DLC. Like maybe even in a couple of the days. Like I would simply forget about this. Like it was really nothing that important, and I am really sorry to that it actually ended up like this. I honestly didn't want it to be like this, but what can I say? Bethesda is really weak with the stories and the plot of the game, and without the plot, investigating, well, exploring becomes really immotivated, if you know what I mean. But now we finally came back to the Megaton, and before I end this session, guys, the Broken Steel, I want to ask you really quickly, like you told me before that I could go back to the airbase and possibly pick up some additional Teslas for the repairing and additional uses. So please tell me, guys, like how would I go back in there? You know, how would I go back to this airbase, and like there was one additional location in there. So like, is there any quick way to get in there so I possibly can pick up and everything, the stuff I'd like to pick, and this kind of stuff. So, and on that note, guys, that was the Fallout 3, the Broken Steel. And I'm gonna stop right here, take a bit of the break, and next time we are going to start our new DLC, The Point Lookout, which you guys mentioned to be the way better than all the previous ones. So we'll see how it possibly would end up, and I know you guys would not really want me to just, you know, selling all the stuff and everything, so I will just do this off screen, and see you guys next time. Bye.